Hi, Paw Prince. So, I'm now going to be focusing on the Define Feminine and what's going on for you lot. So, my other video this month I did was Define Masculine. I'm now doing Define Feminine. I did like, before when I did Define Feminine, Divine Masculine, the Divine Masculine and the Karmic. I do like that, but I feel like too much was compacted into one reading, and you kind of got like there was info, but it was more kind of, you got one lot and then you got another lot, and you got to try. You'd have to, some bits would stick with you. You wouldn't kind of pick up, like you wouldn't remember everything because you've got so much to do with one and there's so much to do with the other. I want to now do it, so what I'm doing is I'm going to do 4 star signs, then the Divine Masculine, 4 star signs, then the Divine Feminine, 4 star signs, then the Karmic. That's how I'm going to do it from now on, and really zone in on one thing so we can really focus on, if the Feminines need a really focus on them and what they need to work on, you go to the Divine Feminine. If you want to have a zone in of how your twin is feeling, you go to the Divine Masculine. And if you kind of want to know what's going on with the Karmic, because I know there are some of you out there, and I don't give a shit when people say, you should be focusing on the Karmic. Don't even give me that bullshit, because we all do it. We all want to know how they're feeling, what they're going through, because the Karmic I feel sorry for, because they've been forced to be put in place to teach them a lesson. So it's not their fault. So I'm more intrigued than anything to what they're kind of going through, so I can get a feel for, is it is the Karmic a polar opposite to us to give them a taste, or are they is it like when you were with your DM and they treat you like shit? Is it now they, in this sense, hypothetically, they become the Divine Feminine, the Karmic is the Divine Masculine, as in the way they're getting treated. So the Divine Masculine is being everything that you wanted because it's how you was. They're mirroring how you used to be, and the Karmic's now mirroring what they've got, so they can get a taste of what it feels like. That's why I'm quite intrigued to whether they're not learning and the Karmic's getting hurt and they're hurting people still, the DM is, or whether it's reversed. So that kind of interests me intrigues me more than anything. So with that said, let's get on with the reading. So we're going to get a kind of what's going on for the majority, for the collective, and then I'm going to do some blockages, like if there's anything like blockages or what healing you need to do, and then we're going to give you some guidance and advice about how to go forward. So what's going on with the Divine Feminine? 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 Right, so now I'm feeling like there are 4 situations going on. So I will zoom out just a second. Lovely. Lovely, great. So this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, and this is 4. So what we'll do is I'm going to push these ones out the way for now, and we're going to focus on one at a time. And I like to start to the left, purely because I always see it like left to right is past, present, future. So I always like to go to left to right. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 like that. So move that out of the way, and we're going to really focus on this one for now. So what's going on right now? So I'm feeling like you've really kind of had a kind of, I don't know if you've been hit by a brick wall, if you've had an epiphany. There is something you are feeling on the top of the world. If it could be something so small, something so stupid, as it, like, when I say stupid, it's not stupid, but it's like, people with you as to tell them, be like, why are you even excited for? But it's an achievement for you. It's either you've realised something, or you've made an executive decision. It's like, I'm feeling like you're not putting yourself in self-pity no more. I feel like you've kind of been asking, it's not fair, why me? Why is this even happening? Really, we're at a point of really giving up. But now you've kind of put that crown on, coronated yourself and been like, you know what? I'm a slay. And I'm going to do what I need to do. And it's not you're giving up on the journey, because you're not. You were ready to. You now are kind of fucked your DM off, as in you're giving them a taste of their own medicine. And by giving them a taste of their own medicine, because it's I'm feeling like the divine masculine was given an olive branch, but it wasn't good enough. But then they're going to come back at some point, and they're going to try and offer one back, and you're going to be like, no, mine wasn't good enough, yours wasn't good enough. Kind of give them a taste of their own medicine. You've not given up. You're kind of giving them proof that you're not a pushover, that you're not putting up with this no more. It's going to be like, bye-bye, fuck off. You really want to... It's that I'm feeling like you're questioning, what is your purpose? Like, what's your journey? And you're really trying to discover that, I'm feeling, with this. So for 2, I'm feeling like you're kind of... I'm feeling like you feminines are like... You've been hurt, but you're proud of the hurt. You wear that like a badge of honour. You're not afraid to show it off. You're not afraid to say, you know what, yes, I was mugged off. Yes, I was hurt. But you know what? It did me some fucking good, because it taught me something. And I respect you feminines for this. Really opened your eyes to that it's okay to fall. It's okay to get hurt. It's okay to make a mistake, because we get back up, we dust ourselves off, we get back on that horse, and we know what not to do the next time round. So give yourself a pat on the back. And anyone that tells you you're a mug for doing this, fuck them, because it's not for them to say. Screw that bitch, fuck a bitch up, throw some hands, go some rounds. Like, we don't stand for a negative Nancy. So, sorry, but bye, Felicia. Anyone negative can fuck right off. So, over to here. So, I'm feeling like you're going to have some aggro. There's going to be some aggro coming up soon. As in, you're going to have to fight for what you believe in. You're really going to have to stand with it. Someone's either going to question... Someone's going to try and question what you're doing. Or someone's going to try and question... Someone's going to question the decision you've made, or really try and make you rethink, but stand your ground, because you don't need to get dragged back into that negativity. As we've discovered over the previous months, how far we've come, because I'm a feminine also, how far we've come. We don't need to let someone drag us back down, because we learn that, as I spoke about before, if they're negative, it's okay to say, I don't want you around. That's not you being negative. That is you being respectful and loving yourself enough to say you're not putting up with people that are negative and aren't going to give you what you give out. Don't be afraid to cut them off and be on your own, like away from them. Because it would do you better to be on your own than to be around people that are negative and going to be toxic. So, and lastly, something's going to reveal itself to you. Something is going to reveal itself to you, but don't take any notice because it's lies. Take no notice to it. It will seem too good. It will seem off. It's that good it will seem off. Ignore it. Ignore it. Not worth it. Just ignore it and move on. So let's get some, what if there's any blockages? If there's any blockages. So what blockages are there? What blockages are there? Oh, I'm getting two. So, what are the blockages for the feminine? 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 Right. That's before I move this out of the way so I can read and focus on this one. So, there's too many chiefs, not enough Indians. There are too many people in your ear having their little 2 pennies worth of what if this happens? What if that happens? They're like questioning you, like, what are you going to do if they come back? What are you going to do? And it's like you don't have the answers because you don't know yourself. But ignore them. And it's okay to say fuck off to them. Like I said before, it's not... Yes, fuck off is strong. But sometimes you need to be strong to show people you ain't fucking about. You are not to be fucked with. You've made your decision. Now, hella leave me alone. Like... Because it is going to cloud your thinking. It's going to make you mentally fucked up. It's going to trap you. And you're going to become passionate for this journey for the wrong reasons. You're going to become so confused and clouded, you're going to then be obsessed more than anything of, well, am I doing this right? You're going to be so obsessed that you're doing the right thing that you won't be able to trust yourself. And you're going to be left vulnerable for it. So that's just something to kind of work on. Say fuck you in your own way. If you want to say fuck you outright, say fuck you outright. But do it in your own way that's best for you. But just be warned of that one. And the other blockage I'm getting... I'm feeling like it's not enough. Like, what you're doing in life, what you've got, isn't enough for you right now. It isn't enough. I don't feel like you have full control of your life. You want to move forward. You're kind of stuck in a rut and you want to get out of it, but you don't know how to. You're trying to turn to people, but it's kind of talking to a brick wall. And you kind of feel like if you carry on in this rut, you're going to get hurt and you're going to be left for dead. So, let's see. So, force yourself out of this rut. Really change something up in your life. It can be something stupid in your routine, in your schedule. Change something up. Kind of get the emotion working yourself. That's how you're going to get out of this rut. But do not worry that you're going to get left for dead. You're not. Because here, She's covered, it's not touching her, it's burning everyone but her around. She's the only one with flesh on her skin. So don't think if you are stuck, you're going to get left because you're not. But if you want to get out of it, a way to do it is really try and mix things up for yourself. That's a way to do it. May not work for all of you, but it's at least something to try. So let's get some guidance and advice for the feminines. Can I have some guidance and advice for the feminines? Can I have some guidance and advice for the feminines? Can I have some guidance and advice for the feminines? Can I have some guidance and advice for the feminines? Can I have some guidance and advice for the feminines? Can I have some guidance and advice for the feminines? Can I have some guidance and advice for the feminines? So, don't let someone take your control away. You are in full control of yourself. You're grown, you're an adult. Don't let anyone ever take your control. This is the time to fully be working out the kinks of control for yourself. Really take that control. And use that control to drive your passion. Because you need that for a balance of things. It will balance the negativity with the positive, because you need some negative. It's the balance of things. You need a negative somewhere. And it could be as simple as you're not with your twin. And that's probably a good thing, as in, like, for some of you, you're not meant to be with your twin. But what I'm saying is in the negative, it's not negative you're not with him, it's negative that the journey's not complete. Not blaming you, but that's the negative. The rest could be positive, but there needs to be some negative. Like, maybe there's a trigger you haven't dealt with, and you're not dealing with it. That's the negative with the positive. There's got to be something. But for some of you, it will be that you're not with your twin, and that will be pissing some of you off. I'm feeling. So, by having that control and drive, you're kind of going to round out those voices and feel one with yourself. You have the weapons, you have the tools. Now fight for you. You need to fight for you. No one else is going to fight for you. No one else is going to pull your finger out your ass. No one else is going to get their cogs turning. You need to do that for yourself. If you don't, you complain you're not going nowhere. You complain that you're not being fulfilled. That is your own fault, because you're hurting yourself. Allowing this to go on for yourself, knowing how to do something about it now, that you need to find a way to change things up, make a difference, force it. If you truly want it to happen, you'll find a way to force it. Those who say, well, I don't know what to do, and don't really go out there to try and see what works for other people, you don't care that much. It's like the people that are like, I want to go to the gym, but then it's so much hassle. Well, then you don't really care about going to the gym. Because there is so much that goes... People think you just go to the gym, you work out, and that's not. That is not how it works. There are calorie intakes. There is, you need your fibre supplements. You need to write down everything out. You need to have a certain amount of protein, certain amount of carbs, certain amount of meat fibre, all that stuff. I don't know if that's all correct, like meat fibre. I don't know. But you know what I'm getting at. Like, you have to have your calorie intake. You have to have your certain amount. And then when you get to your ideal weight, you then need to eat more to burn more to tone up. There's a lot more to it than just go to the gym. And that's the thing with this. Some of you really like the sound of moving forward, but then you are either scared, don't want to take a risk, or you really just can't be bothered because it's too much work and hassle. And then you only have yourself to blame. So really take back that control and drive. Do it for you. No one is going to do it for you. It's like I said before, an obese person on a couch. It doesn't matter how much you tell them they're obese and they need to do something about it. Unless they want to, they're not going to do it. Same with therapy. People that want therapy, you can tell them they need therapy, but unless they want it, you can't force them. And the same with this. No one can force you, but if you want it, you need to do it for yourself. This is kind of a lesson for you to not expect someone else to do it. You need to learn to do it for yourself. It's okay to have people help you, but the majority of it needs to come from you doing it for yourself. So that's all I can say for you feminines. Thank you for listening.